Hi, my name is Sonia Landivar, and I am working here at the library here at WTC because my computer is broken. So I will try as much as possible to do this, and right now I am ready to do the video responses for chapter 5 at this time. First, the first question is outline the strengths and limitations of classical conditioning, operant conditioning, and observational learning in explaining how behaviors are acquired and maintained. Classical conditioning, the strengths are that it's a positive impact on research methodology, in that it draws attention to observation and measurement of behavior. Therapists use classical conditioning principles to modify behavior and to address problems such as panic or irrational fear. As far as the limitations, all responses must involve a reflex, which limits the extent of our learning. Not all behavior follows the model identified by classical conditioning. Also, some actions are initiated by an impulse or conscious intent that may not be under the direct control of an internal or external stimulus. It is very difficult to condition infants, though, on their emotions. What if the child is mute at the time speech should be happening? Operant conditioning, the strengths of operant conditioning are that using positive and negative reinforcement will help a child or a student's behavior. When a child is being disruptive or does not answer a problem correctly, we can give him the appropriate punishment by letting him know what they did wrong and how they can change it. When this is done, the child knows what happened to his behavior, what was the negative part of it, and most likely this will not occur again. Giving punishment reinforcement has to be backed up with verbal validation, so they know what they did was wrong. We have to show them the correct way of doing something, and backed up with positive reinforcement. As far as limitations, using punishment as a tool to discipline will have a negative effect on children because they might feel unworthy of love and not feel a need to show positive behaviors. A child will make mistakes, same thing as adults. On the other hand, when a child exhibits good behavior, reinforcement of that good behavior has to continue. It cannot become extinct. We all like to hear that we are doing good things, but even then, it will not be noticed all the time. So a child needs to know that doing well will always be positive. We also need to know what negative reinforcement to use when dealing with certain students and their personalities. Children, students, and teachers need to have motivation to want to do what's right, and teachers must help the students to be motivated. There is only so much a teacher can do because it all starts in the home. Now I am going to talk about observational conditioning. The strengths of observational conditioning are that it extends behavioral theories to encompass a broad range of factors, internal as well as external. It recognizes the learner's active contribution to behavior change. It highlights the power of learning by observation and imitation, such as through TV or computer games. Now, the limitations is that it's difficult to know the long-term impact of observational learning. It is not clear why children imitate some behaviors and not others. Distinguishing between the impact of positive and negative modeling can be difficult. The second question is, the use of behavior modification has been a source of controversy among psychologists and others. prepare arguments supporting each of these positions. The first statement is behavior modification should be used in society to shape the behavior of others. If we think about behavior modification as a way to shape the behavior of others, we are talking about reinforcement, and I would have to agree with its application because it teaches the consequences of negative actions with the goal to increase appropriate behaviors and decrease inappropriate ones. Positive or negative reinforcement can be applied on children as well as adults. However, in my opinion, it would need to be modified considering parameters such as the level at which an individual learns, whether the subject is a child or an adult, underlying conditions, and the like, so individuals can truly benefit from it. The second statement is behavior modification should not be used in society to shape the behavior of others. On the other hand, behavior modification to shape the behavior of others through punishment should not be used because it suppresses behavior without extinguishing an undesirable one. It does not help people develop more appropriate behaviors. The individual can become fearful and angry towards the punisher, and frequently punishment leads to aggression. The third question of chapter 5 is think of a behavior of a friend, family member, or professor that you would like to change. Using what you know about classical conditioning, operant conditioning, and observational learning, formulate a detailed plan for changing the targeted behavior. This is an individual who procrastinates, and from what I have read about the 3 types of learning, I would apply the operant conditioning through positive reinforcement and positive punishment. Through positive reinforcement, I would try to encourage this person to keep applying to more jobs, which will increase this behavior of applying to more jobs, in order to increase his chances to actually get a job, and that would be the added consequence. And through positive punishment, I would ask this person to reduce the times he hangs out with friends until late at night, which in turn will result in a decreased behavior because it just has brought him sleepless nights and a waste of time. And this would be the added consequence. Thank you.